All right, we're gonna do the intro real quick. All right, guys, so in today's video, we are gonna be testing out maybe what the exact level of RAM is appropriate for your system. It's not gonna be that sciencey or that specific, but we are gonna be taking RAM and figuring out, is there a benefit from 8 to 16 or 32? If you're not aware, this actually started out as a live stream. That's why it's probably an hour and a half, 2 hours long. I don't have the time to edit it. I'm really sorry, you guys. I just had a 3-month-old kid. I've got a 2-year-old and I run a business. So for now, we're just taking live streams and kind of putting them out as videos. But I'm actually gonna let the chat dictate how much RAM we're going to use. We're gonna test some games on it and see if there is in fact a difference. The system that we're gonna be building it in is going to be a Ryzen 5 3600. So underneath that stock cooler, a 3060 Ti. We have a 4th gen 2 terabyte NVMe. It's in the Okino Aqua 3 case, and that's going to be what we're doing today. We've got a couple different variations of RAM that I'll let the viewers pick from, and we'll just kind of run it from there. So these are really cheap, like OEM, Lee is the brand name. Green RAM, doesn't even have a housing on it. These are 8 gigabytes. They're actually 3200 megahertz. They ran pretty well. And then we've got T-Force here. 3200 megahertz, these are 16 gigs each. So I'm gonna let the chat decide, if we're gonna do 8, 16, you wanna do single stick, dual, whatever it might be. But that's the premise of the video. So if you've watched my content before, maybe you'll enjoy it. If not, I don't know. I did start a membership, so if you've been on the channel for a long time, please help me think of some things you'd like to see in there as far as badges and emojis go. So like when you sign up as a member, I've got like building blocks. If you haven't seen, I do a lot of like GPU SAG stuff. I just throw building blocks in there because that's what I have laying around because I have kids. So that's something I've got in there. If you guys think of anything like in the emojis that I say often or whatever it might be, please contribute to that. But otherwise, we're gonna get this thing running and move on. Yo, Bill Collector, what's going on? Yeah, so it's funny. You guys pick too, by the way. Do you want to see 8 first? So this, I actually, before I got sick and I've had problems in the last year and a half, this is actually a competitive ultimate Frisbee team that I played on. So whether you guys believe it or not, I qualify to play in the Old People League. So the team name is Rodeo-old. Is a joke on rodeo, but we're all old people. And it was the first year I got to play right before I actually got sick and had all these heart problems and stuff. It was the first time I got to play in the Old People League, so that was a lot of fun. I finally hit the old people. Yo, Bobby Cook Tech Life Hybrid. I feel like you've changed that name a little bit. Wasn't it just Tech Life Hybrid before? So chat, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Again, if you that's what I was gonna say. If you were coming from the not live version of this, please just skip ahead to what you don't want to see. I'm not going to edit it because I don't have the time. So either you like it and you want to hang out and hear me talk, or you can just skip ahead to the parts that you want to see. Anyway, do you guys want to start out with 8 gigs, 16 gigs, 16 gigs, 32 gigs? Tell me what combination you guys want to see and we'll do that, because I'm not going to do an infinite number, but we'll be here for an hour and a half or so. You have 2 channels. You're in T-Town. Hey, that's what's up, man. So you cook tech life hybrid? Or I guess you're just cooking up tech, like cooking up stuff. Chat may not be responding here, so we might just default to 8, unless someone tells me otherwise. Single stick 32, I don't have a single stick 32. I did at one point, but that was DDR5. If you guys will notice in the description, the video description, I put like 8, 16, 32, 128 gigs, and then I was like, just kidding, I can't test 128 gigs, I'm not a millionaire. You have parts for me if I want? I told you, I gave you my email. You can reach out to me. If you guys ever want to send anything, you can. Driving a semi in Alabama, but listening. Hey, that's what's up, Matt. Hey, how are you? I hope you and the family are doing well. Oh yeah, so I'll let you guys decide. I've also thought about putting these on podcasts just because I speak so much and I try to entertain and keep the energy level up, even though I don't feel like it today. So again, you want to see 8, 16, 16, or 32, or if you just want to see weird combinations, or just single stick for a single stick. So if you want to see an 8 versus a single stick, or watching from the hospital, had to leave school for low stats, dude, that sucks. I'm gonna start with 8. Single channel 16, okay, buddy, that's tough. That's tough. When your kids have health issues, that's always hard. So let's go ahead and put in the 16 here, and then we'll run this thing. Oh, make sure we don't break anything. You guys, convince Buddy here. So Buddy is my real life friend. Convince Buddy, and he's a way better PC builder. He's way smarter than I am. Convince Buddy to come over and let's do a build off and see who can put together a PC faster. Leave him some love in the chat. Let him know that I want to do that you guys want to see that. Buddy's been a friend of mine for Buddy's been a friend of mine for, what do we say now, almost a year at this point? I think you were one of the first interactions I had on Facebook. I want the other blue. Actually, that one kind of looks nice. I like the other blue, but we'll stick with that. Single channel 16 versus dual channel 16. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm open to that. Hopefully this gets started. As you guys know, you have to go through memory training, so there's that. I need to check and see if my wife texts me too, by the way. So while this is starting up here, I'll give you guys a sweet vision of this to see if it's actually working. Did it keep me live there? Or did it pause it? Did it pause it? Oh, that's what I get. Okay, we're back. We're back. I had to respond to my wife. It paused it. Dang. So you guys, my wife had a flat tire today, and she was going to a new job for the first time. So I had to change the tire, and she was like an hour late. So today's just been a wild day. Apparently it's not loading. Oh, you know what? You know why it's not loading though? Because there's nothing plugged in. See, Fred, was that Frisk? Frisk, was that his name? Frisk, that's where he would have gotten me, is stating that there wasn't anything plugged into the GPU. It paused it. That's good to know. All right, so now we are on 16 gigs of RAM. So we're gonna check 16 gigs single stick versus dual stick. But yes, you guys, you need to convince Buddy here. Tell him to come over and we're gonna have a build off on stream. I mean, if he might have enough components that we could build the exact same system and see who does it first. I don't have duplicates. I guess I have 2 Ryzen 5 5500 builds, but I don't have the same GPU. It's not the same motherboard. I don't have identical power supplies, all that kind of stuff. So, all right. Let me make sure that we actually have 16 gigs in here. Does it say? Yeah. I'm going to blur some of this out. I think that should be blurred. All right, 16 gigs of RAM there, sweet. I don't know if you guys are still in here, if it actually accidentally paused it on everybody. We're only gonna do a couple games. I don't have time to do a million things. So we're on a 1440p monitor. We're gonna be testing on that because 3060 Ti is 1440p-ish. You know, it's a lower end 1440p, but it still works. All right, you're good, you're still here. So we're going to be testing that, and I wanted to test games. What I found in my experience is there's like a balance between how much your CPU is used and how much your GPU is used, and if it uses both more heavily, you're more likely to have more RAM usage. That's just what I've seen. Just remember to put RAM in the right way, not backwards. That's good advice, thank you. So I'm going to let you guys kind of look over some of the games we have here. And make a decision of what you would like to see. I can't even, let me get this thing up some for you. There we go. Can you see that? Maybe not. All right, so we could do like Arc Raiders, Apex Legends. I really don't want to do Apex, to be honest with you. We could do Borderlands 4. That would probably spill over and give us a good idea. Crimson Desert, Cyberpunk, Spider-Man 2. Planet Zoo, if you guys haven't seen that one is a really good, it's like really CPU intensive and it tests things very well. Pragmata or Space Marine 2. I was gonna look at some other games today and kind of decide what we might get some new stuff of. Pragmata, dude, Pragmata's a lot of fun. We could try Pragmata. I wish I had more time to play things. I just don't. So let's try Pragmata. Also, so I'm trying to do 2 to 5 times a week just because I like hanging out with you guys. But some of those times that I have to put in like really low effort streams because I just can't manage to do like, I can't do extremely complicated stuff that lasts forever all the time. Sometimes it just has to be a little lower effort, a little easier for me to put out there. So like I thought about one day doing Toy Story 3. Hey, Toy Story 3 is fun. My daughter loves it. I mean, you've met her. She loves that game, especially there's a part with like Woody's on a horse. Well, Woody's on Bullseye trying to like go through train tracks and stuff. Yes, yeah, they're both 3200. Yeah, 3200 and 3200. I'll try and hold this up so you guys can see it. Let me see if. So this one here, 3200. Yeah, you guys can see that. 3200, and then this one here. Oh, that's upside down for you. 3200. So everything is 3200. It's the same speeds. This will not be a very definitive video. I'm not gonna like hardcore test or, you know, like I'm not gonna record any statistics on this one. It is what it is. Oh, I need to change that actually. Make sure my wife didn't. Did you enable Expo XMP? I did not. I did not. That's a good question. I should figure out what speed the RAM is running at. Let's go look at that actually. I need to change this really quickly to monitoring, GPU. Let's just put this 3060 Ti. Okay, there we go. Whatever, I don't care about that. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. Afterburner. Yeah, I don't remember. I think you have to go to, what is it, the set taskbar? Doesn't that show you? I guess I probably shouldn't show you some of these things on here. Doesn't that show you the speed? 2400, so it's capped. It is capped here. You guys might not be able to see that. 2400. That's so crazy that now we're calling it like mega transfers per second, but on the kits it still says megahertz. So it's not full 3200, which, you know, might make a difference. Well, obviously it would probably make some difference, but probably not too much. So we're gonna start off on Pragmata. This is the single stick 16 gigs. I guess I could, you know what, you guys, because I know that some people will get frustrated with that, let's go ahead and change that really quickly because I can change that information. So do I have RAM on here? Memory usage. Where is RAM? RAM, here we go. Override 16 single stick. Will that work? Yeah, there we go. Cool. So we're on the single 16 stick. Let's go ahead and change some of the settings up. Actually, I think we ran it on medium yesterday and that was fine. Medium, texture, I can't even change that. Yeah, so medium and most things are off. That works. Oh yeah, F, confirm. Oh wait, no, just go back. Oh, I forget this game is confusing like that. Yeah, Matt, I've been enjoying, I would say I enjoyed this game. I really haven't had a chance to play it much here lately. And also, like, you guys can hopefully see, I don't know if I need to pull you in a little bit closer here. We're using 10 gigs of RAM. We're on 1440p and we're using 10 gigs of RAM out of 16 that we have available on a single stick. So medium and most things are off sounds like a lifestyle choice. Yeah, I could agree with that. Maybe we need to come back up here so you guys can see a little better. There we go. Nope, go back up. All right, so we're on a single 16 gig stick. Speed is more important on DDR4 than DDR5, to be honest. I have tested speed on, I don't know, I guess I have to do some scientific stuff because then we're just wasting our time and we won't know anything. This looks so good. For being on a 3600 with only 16 gigs in a single stick, this looks amazing. I have to look at some of it because then if we don't look at anything at all, where am I supposed to go? I can't remember what, I think I tested on, oh, was there a, okay, I'm just fighting this. Wait, how do I do it again? I need to turn this down a little bit. What's the speed in CL of RAM? The speed is 3200. I actually don't know the latency. It is, oh, it's 16. You guys probably can't see that. It is 1620, 2040. Oh, what's back here? I think I've... Oh, I'm gonna die. Ow! Man, I'm very bad at video games, you guys. I am getting some drops. I'm getting some hard drops. That's the second hard drop I've gotten. Oh yeah, I've gone down here before too. It looks really good though. I mean, outside of a drop here or there, it's been performing well, but it has stuttered pretty hard. I can't remember. Matt, maybe you can answer this. Nice headshots, thank you. Maybe you can answer this. What does the yellow one mean? Is that her powers? Does that mean her powers are being activated? I can't remember it. All right, that feels like it's probably enough for Pragmata. We could probably run that back on the dual stick. So let's go ahead and make sure that it actually got our test. Pragmata 65.6 and 34.1. I'm going to record that in the chat. So Pragmata 16 single 65.6 and 34.1 low. You bought the Founders Edition 2080 Ti for $30.50. Yellow is hacking. No, that's what I thought. I thought it was the little girl hacking. Right? She's the one that does the hacking. Okay, so that's enough of Pragmata. To help her in U-Boost. Yes. The Founders Editions look nice. I had a 3060 Ti Founders Edition that I gave away in a computer, and I thought it looked really cool. That was actually my first exposure to a Founders Edition. Never played Pragmata. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. It's unique because you saw there, like, there's this way of shooting that is just different than other games. I know everybody loves Cyberpunk, so we'll do Cyberpunk. I need to get some more games for you guys too. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Hopefully your day is going well. Man, to be honest with you, I did not feel like doing anything today. Today, I was talking about this earlier. So with my health, you guys may not know, but I've had some health problems for like the year and a half. When it was really bad, like my blood pressure was really high. I was having like kind of like heart attacks all the time. Like there was a lot of pressure on my chest. There would be pain in my left arm. Still haven't figured out what caused it or why. But I like, it's been a year and a half and I made a lot of progress. Like a year and a half ago, I couldn't have done a stream like this. I probably would have had to have gone to the ER if I tried to stand up for like an hour or two. So I've made a lot of progress, but like in an attempt to get better even more, like I've always had this thing with sugar. I always played a ton of sports. I've been active enough. It didn't matter. So I could eat whatever I wanted to, but I'm getting older. I'm not nearly as active now because I can't be. So like I've had to cut back sugar. So it's been a month where I haven't had like any cookie, cake, ice cream, candy, anything that's like considered a sweet or dessert. Like I've had things that have added sugar. But like there are days where depression just hits me super hard. And today was one of those days. So like I did not feel like streaming at all today, but you guys have been awesome. And it's been kind of nice to have you here. So anyway, we're going to jump on to Cyberpunk. You bought Cyberpunk for the benchmark. You're a potato. I mean, like I said, I only play Cyberpunk in the real game because I don't like the canned benchmark stuff nearly as much. But also, I don't go very far in the game because it's not very friendly to the things that I want to have in my vision and in mind. So I don't play a lot of it, and I don't go very far in the test because of that. How are you doing, man? How's life? How's the wife? How's the little one to be? Oh yeah, how's the the work stuff going? Is that, I know you said you had a little bit of extra time, but hopefully you've been able to find something. Video 1440p, apply, graphics. We need to make sure we're on pretty consistent. So I'm just going to do medium settings for you guys here. Admire my spirit. Thank you. I will read some of those here in a second. We're just going to do medium. Frame gen? We do not want frame gen. That looks good. Oh wait, I want medium. Medium here. There we go. Okay. Cool. Load. We're gonna go back to just the car driving scene. That's almost what I do every time. If you look at artificial sweeteners like 2x, 3x, sometimes more the glycemic index for sugar, I don't take any of that. I don't substitute. I don't, obviously I'm not cutting out like added sugars. Like, I have jelly with rice cakes for breakfast or something like that. Like, oh, look at that. Look at how slow that's loading in. You guys see that? That is a slow CPU and potentially the RAM causing that as well. So we're nearing 11. Oh, we are at 11, nearing 12 gigs of VRAM right now. And that's on medium. That's just on medium. Yeah, so it's been mentally very challenging. Like there was a week or two where like I could barely get myself out of bed. Life was just too hard. So you benchmarked an RX 564 gig in this game yesterday. No. What you're gonna learn the longer you have Cyberpunk is the most friendly game to graphics cards. It is the most friendly game in existence. And it just runs on everything, and it looks good even when it's only getting 60 FPS. Like, it's amazing. Yeah, that's the thing, is like the mental battle is tough, but I definitely have noticed like an improvement in that aspect, and like also my health has increased. So like the heart pain has gotten a lot better. Head pain is a big problem for me too. Like there's like, it feels like there's, I don't know if I've ever seen the chopper up there. It feels like there's like a vice squeezing on my head, like if I do too much or if I go outside in the heat too long. There's a laundry list of issues that I face. So, I just want to be healthier for my family, get back to being able to be active, play with my kids, play sports, all that stuff. This has been pretty decent for medium. I feel like that's probably enough. I'm not going to jump into Cyberpunk too long, so let's go ahead and make sure that we got that test. Also, my family did just get home, so there's a strong chance that you guys will hear my little one running over here. All right, Cyberpunk, we got Cyberpunk 16 single. What was the average there? 90.8. And 62.3 low. Awesome. I hear her downstairs talking. Oh yeah, and I mentioned this earlier in the stream, you guys. We did start up memberships, so if you guys are interested in, you know, joining the channel, becoming a member, supporting. Did you have fun at school?
Yeah, first.
Yeah. Your first day. Daddy's talking to the camera. Do you want to come tell me how it went real quick?
Mm-hmm.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Can you look there and say hi?
Hi.
What'd you do at school?
First day.
It was your first day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun? Oh, you see yourself over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the camera's recording us.
Mm-hmm.
If you look right there, you're going to be talking to them.
Hello.
Hello. Tell them what you did today.
Our first day.
Your first day. Did you learn anything?
I was hitting that boy.
Oh no, you hit a boy.
I don't hit that girl at him.
You didn't hit the girl?
No.
I guess that's a win. Why'd you hit the boy?
I hit that boy because I hit that with I don't know.
You don't know why you hit him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where's my bow? Back here's my bow.
Your bow is back there.
Mm-hmm.
Did Arlo do okay in class? Wasn't he in your class?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't hit the cable. All right, guys, we'll move on to the next game now. Maybe one or two more, and then we'll swap to, we're going to get swapped to dual. So we'll do 2 8 gig sticks instead of a single channel 16. She's precious most of the time, yes. Oh, you heard her that she was just hitting a boy. So today was her first time in school. It's not like a real school. She's, you know, about to turn 3, but she had a lot of fun with it and enjoyed it. I am going to try Counter-Strike here because I think that can be impactful. So I know some people probably clicked off because there's a kid and they're not comfortable with it, but that's just my life. So that's where we are. Oh yeah, Matt, you said you found my channel when you were searching 2018, 2026, get healthy, tough, no sugar. I've done it before in the past, but it's been a while. You know, like I said, being an athlete and being able to play sports, that was kind of a crutch for me. So like to recover, I would just eat a ton of ice cream or whatever because, you know, you get exhausted. Like, so for example, I talked about this earlier, I played competitive ultimate frisbee. On a tournament weekend, we would be outside in 90 to 100 degree weather running for 8 hours. You know, think of the like cardio equivalency of soccer. So like I would do that on Saturday and Sunday. And like when that happens, like you just do, like especially my frame, I'm not very big. So I have to do whatever it takes to get like any kind of calories in or I would just lose so much weight. So challenging thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and get some of this in. All right, Counter-Strike 2. It's going good. You got a few projects, been incredibly supportive. Blessed to get calls through old connection, get projects. Hey, there you go, man. So you have picked up work for your company. Is that what I'm understanding? And that's awesome if you've been able to. I told you at any point you want me to start making some phone calls, I will see what we can do for you. Let's go on medium here. I want to do medium. All right, play, go. I'm gonna drink some water really quick. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's not too dark. Bring it up a little bit. There we go. All right. Probably have to turn this down somewhere. It's going to be too loud for you guys. Over here, grab. Let's give you guys an op. Start our test up. Spawn already, dude. Wow, I'm bad. Haha, I'm terrible. Oh, I get too like jittery. How do I mute people? There we go. I get too jittery when it comes to FPS. I hit that guy. I got shot from behind. I'm gonna die to that guy. I'm so bad. It's very frustrating. Oh my gosh. My sensitivity is too high. Oh, please. I'm just gonna use a deagle at this point. Forget the op. I'm not good enough at an op. You know what? No. No, no, no. There we go. There it is. Oh, I'm terrible at video games. Confession time, I've never played Counter-Strike. That's okay. I mean, it's a game. It's a very like I wouldn't personally get into this game. If I hadn't played like tons of FPS, I would not have played this game. Because the entry point like for it is too high for your average person. It's one of those it's like League of Legends that I play where like you can't learn this game if you haven't played similar games or like it has such a high entry point that you're just going to get owned over and over and over again. So you're not going to enjoy it. Like that's the major thing with it. All right, we've gotten owned enough here anyway. So let's go ahead and make sure those results are available. Benchmark really quick. All right, 119 with a low of 54.9. Have 32 gigs of DDR4, enjoying. Hey, that's awesome. 32 gigs is plenty enough. You picked up the work for the company. That's awesome, man. CS2, 119.6, low, 54.9, single 16 gigabyte. Okay, cool. We're gonna head and just swap out now. So we're gonna power the PC down. We'll swap over to 32 gig, or I'm sorry, 16 gigs in the dual channel now. Which obviously, like, this isn't super scientific because some factors could like change. You know, it's not the same map. I'm not running in the same speed. Perhaps that one doesn't get capped. I imagine it will though. Took your device and bought a Ryzen 5 3600 motherboard, 16 gigabytes DDR4 RAM, and 3060 total is 530. Ooh, 18% import fees. Dude, that's rough. So this is a 3600 and 3060 Ti, the computer that you're looking at right now. So what you're seeing now is about what you should expect. Now, obviously, you know, you're probably going to be playing on a 1080p monitor, I would guess, unless you bought a 30, unless you bought like a 1440p monitor. I would probably stick to 1080p, just personally, unless like you're playing like story mode, single player games. I would get 1080p. Like this is 1440p and we're doing okay and doing fine on it. But like if you're competitive, you want to play FPS and stuff like that, probably go 1080p. Let me swap this out while I'm chatting. But yeah, 3600 and 3060 is a very strong combination and will do just about whatever you need. Like you will see some minor things, like if you're browsing the web or something and you have 10 websites open, you might have some challenges there, but it's still very, very capable. Oh yeah, these are two 8 gig sticks, so we're going to be doing dual channel 16 gig now instead of single channel. Bill, have you ever built a PC before? I think that's in there. All right, that should be good. Start this bad boy up. 1080p is good enough for you. That's awesome. Oh yeah, Brian, you picked up the work for the company. It's been surprising, dude. That's the great thing is like when you're in like a sales estimator type role. If you pick up work, you're keeping the company alive. So like I've always thought, if I end up getting out of recruiting and like YouTube doesn't pan out, content creation, all that stuff, like I'm probably going to get into construction because that's mostly what I recruit and do headhunting for. So like I've thought about becoming an estimator myself because I know it can pay pretty well and like I can do it. This is your first. Prices of DDR5 are skyrocketing. Wanting an upgrade when I saw the price. Ah, dude, you don't need to. DDR5 it's nicer, but like it's not that much better, to be honest. Like it's really not that much of a difference. Samsung military discount on monitors is an amazing deal. Neo G8. What's a Neo G8? You're 16 years old, build. Oh, you build your own PC piece by piece with the help of YouTube videos. Dude, that's awesome. You can still game on DDR3. Yeah. I once I get an SSD in, I will show you guys. I mean, you can go back and look at the 4790K. I played Crimson Desert on it, so you can 100% play on DDR3. What am I doing? Oh yeah, we have to do the same games. What did we start out with? What game did we play first? We did... What did we play? Pragmata. We did Pragmata first. Yeah, you can still game on that. So, so for the rest of the week, what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, we are going to build part of the giveaway PC. So if you guys don't know, I have a newsletter where I give PCs away, update you of upcoming content. I'm gonna take some of this thing apart and then finish putting it together, or put it all together on the stream. This is a Ryzen 5 9600X. I don't know if I'm gonna do what GPU I'm gonna do with it. I might honestly put the RX 580 or 1660 Super in there, just to show that like, I've done a couple videos on this in the past, but like if you have a nicer CPU, your GPU dies or something, like you can go make do with a lower end cheap GPU. So, you were playing Cyberpunk on DDR3? Yeah, it's 100% doable. Library, Pragmata. Let me make sure I haven't received any important messages of any kind. No, nothing so far. Yes, everyone thinks they need DDR5, but you do not. No. So Buddy is also I think I have dust on this. Buddy is a PC builder reseller, and he builds a lot of them. I keep telling him he needs to get his YouTube channel going, and you guys tell him to get over here. We're going to do a build off. We're going to have a competition to see who can build faster on stream. He's going to beat me, obviously, but at least it'll get him exposure to being in front of a camera. So, you think you're in a good spot? Yeah. I mean, if you're on DDR4 is more than enough. Honestly, even DDR3 is like, it's better than you think it is. I lost my train of thought. What's up, buddy? Oh yeah, Brian. At some point you'll have to, yeah, you guys will have to meet and hang out. All right, 12 a.m. watching your video, dude. You're a trooper. India. I didn't even know I had a reach or why I haven't reached India, but I'm glad you're here. All right, let's get Afterburner up. Riva-tuner, however you say that. And then I'm gonna change this name really quick. What did I do it last time? The RAM? Where is the RAM? 16 double, or I guess I could say dual channel. That probably makes more sense. Dual channel. Okay. All right. What is that software that shows the FPS? It is called MSI Afterburner, partnered with Riva-tuner. And in India, prices of PC parts are skyrocketing. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I don't know what it's like in comparison to the United States, but it's not good in the United States either. Graphics, medium still, all this stuff is off. So same thing. I'll try to go to the same area that we were at before. Here, I'll actually type it in there for you. It's MSI Afterburner and Riva Tuner Statistics. It's kind of complicated to learn how to make it work, but there's a lot of videos out there that you can look up to do it. Ride the tram back to this area. So this should give us pretty consistent. How much is an RTX 5060 in India? Oh man, I don't even want to know. Aren't they like $350 or $360 at this point in the United States? $500? Wow, that's nuts. I mean, just before things went crazy, a 5070 was $550. And a 5070 is a very good graphics card. Something else that really frustrates me is like, I'm gonna just name a bunch of channels here, and I'm not calling any one of them out specifically, but like, I love ZTT. I like, like Hardware Unboxed. Like, I don't mind watching them every now and then. Like, there's a lot of like tech channels out there that I enjoy, but when content creators, oh, there was a drop there. But when content creators go like, oh, a 5070 is mid-tier, or why is this not working? Oh no. Where'd it go? I'm so bad. When they go like a 5070 is mid-tier or 9600X is mid-tier, I'm like, that is not, it's just not accurate. Like it does something to the rest of the population in the world that's like, it's so like exclusive. We learned yellow is back. Oh, you're talking about this? Yeah, I've played Pragmata some. I'm just really bad at it and I haven't played in a bit. What is this? Oh, that's cool. But yeah, it just isolates so much of the population to think like you have to have, if you're at a 5070, you're like average, you're middle of the pack. Like if all you can afford is a $550, which they're probably like $650 or $700 now. I don't actually know. Like you're just average. But the reality is like if you're rocking a 5070, you're way ahead of the rest of the world. If you're on a Ryzen, oh, it stuttered there last time too. If you're on a Ryzen 5 9600X, oh, this one is stuttering more. What? I feel like I've gotten way worse lag out of this one. Yeah, I don't like how we like make those assumptions or like make people feel, oh, you can't afford $1,000 graphics card. Like what you have is like middle. But it's like some people have to work and save up for a year or more to get an upgrade to like a 5070. So, oh, whoops. Okay, that's probably enough of Pragmata. That gets us there. Let's go look at this benchmark really quick. Wait, where's Afterburner? Did it close? I don't think I closed it, did I? Pragmata. No, okay. 83.6. Here, let me scoot you guys a little closer so you can see that, I hope. It's down here. 83.6 is the average and 43.9 is the 1% low. Pragmata dual channel, 16 gig, 83.6, and 43.9. What did we play after this, you guys? I forget. We did Cyberpunk, didn't we? Exit game. Cyberpunk. Some creators want to tell these kids they need a 50, 70, 32 gigabytes of DDR5 just to be mid. Isn't that wild? Like, that is not the average person. A DDR5 build alone, like I think you can barely get in any kind of DDR5 build for like $800 or less. I think $800 is like the cutoff. So like that's wild that's where we're at. Like you need that to be mid. Zach Rocks 5070 plays 4K, 120 or more are unrealistic. Dang, it's $300 for 32 gigs. People can be unrealistic. Some creators got kids out here think they need a 50, 80, 50. I see these posts that it's like, hey, is a 5080 better at 1440p, better as a 1440p card or a 4K card? And I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm not that smart, but to my knowledge, the only consumer card above a 5080 is a 5090. So if a 5080 isn't 4K, does that mean the only card that's 4K is a 5090? And what about people that are gaming on 4K with like a 3080 or a 4070 Super or like it reduces it down to make people think like if you don't have this exact thing, you're not going to get the experience you want. And it's just so sad. And like people also think like, if I don't have 120 frames per second and if I don't have 240 frames per second and a 240 hertz monitor, like my experience is going to be bad. But like, I don't know. I'm rambling on here. Some creators, you have a 5050 GPU. 5050 is a good card. I mean, it's basically the equivalency. I've seen it on Toasty Bros quite a few times. It's basically the equivalency of, what happened to my mouse? It's basically the equivalency of like a 2080 Ti. And I used a 2080 Ti this year for like 3 or 4 months, and it was fine. I didn't hate it. It was a little hot, but other than that, like I liked the appearance of it. I liked how well it ran. I didn't have any problems with editing. I gamed fine. It worked fine. 2080 Ti was fine. So the only thing I can see with the 5050 is like maybe you're gonna run out of VRAM, but I doubt it. I doubt it. You're playing in 4K on your 2080 Ti? I believe it. I bet you can play 4K on a 2080 Ti. All right. There we go. Maybe move you guys up a little bit. Come on. There we go. Not perfect, but it will do. Okay, so go back and verify that we are in fact on medium, no frame gen. Same thing as before. Let's go ahead and test this bad boy. Games are getting compromised today. Don't know what happened in the future or unoptimized. Yeah, it's two things. People like want to blame it on the games. Game developers are also being pushed to, 2080 is awesome. You have a 2080 Ti. The 1650, yes, the 1650 is weak. Game developers are being pushed to do things that are unrealistic and release things at like an unreal pace. So like, I do agree. It's just greed from the companies. They're trying to put out whatever they can to make as much money as they can. But they're also, I think this is getting higher frames. I think this is getting more FPS. We're not going to play too far. So like they are unoptimized, but also I think we've hit a point as consumers where we have such high expectations from the games, and then developers like probably do have a passion and want them to run well, but they're being forced to put out products that aren't done yet. So I think it's a two-way street. Like I think people do care about what they're making and how things look and the perform, but the head CEOs and executives don't. They just want money. So there's probably just some kind of conflict. We're not going to play this one very long because I didn't do the other one very long. So let's go ahead and check this really fast. Benchmark. I don't even remember what we got on the last one. I guess it'll say on here. Oh, 90. Oh, wow. What? No way. All right, so you guys can see there, Last of Us 1, best example. Wasn't the first one really good? And the second one was terrible. Okay. Cyberpunk, dual channels, 16 gigabytes. What does that say? 116, 16.8, and 81.4. 81.4 low. First one on PC is very bad. Is it really? Don't kick. .e. What is that, Matt? You know what, guys? I think maybe there is something to the dual channel here, because that was, what was that? 26 FPS higher? And that was exactly the same scene. There wasn't really anything in there that could have changed. You have an Aura Elite Wi-Fi motherboard under $100 that needs 7 pins fixed, and you got a use kit of Trident Neo RGB4 for half of Amazon. Fix pins next, get a CPU. There you go. I mean, if you are capable and competent at those kinds of things, you can absolutely save a lot of money and just fix your stuff. The motherboard. What is that? Is that AM4, AM5? Is that record stop setting in Afterburner? I was trying to find that. Yes. You want me to show you really quick? I'll show you really quick. Hey, good night, Rehanks. Get some sleep, man. Go to school. Yeah, I'll show you really quick, buddy. So when you're in Afterburner, here, let me go up a little bit again for you guys. Yeah, when you're in Afterburner, you want to go to benchmark. So it's all the way over here, and then you create. Sorry, I probably need to scoot up for you here. You need to click on benchmark, and then you designate whatever keys you want, and it will allocate those to be your start and stop. And then to get to the actual thing, I think I defaulted it, but if you can't find the default, like, it just pulls up a notepad with all the notes on it. I can potentially type this in the chat. Hold on. Maybe I can do that. Hold on. I might do that for you. I might just type that in the chat for you. Give me just a second, guys. I'm going to probably type that in the chat for Buddy. That way he can see that. I'm going to put you guys over here. Don't want to display anything too wild. Not wild, but sensitive information. I have to do this real quick. AM5. Oh, AM5. Okay, it's an X870E. Dang, you got $100. That's not bad at all. My channel. So where it said that, like, browse thing, I'm going to show you really quickly. Put that in there. Okay. All right. Back to Counter-Strike 2. You will have to define the parameters of, like, what it's going to test, but that will get you the baseline of, like, how to actually see the text and all those kinds of things. Okay. How much RAM affects video editing? 32. I didn't notice a difference on 64. I had 64 for a little while, and it was a waste of money. I ended up selling, I had 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM, and I traded my 64 gigs for 32 gigs and $250, which is wild to say, but the guy, he just wanted 32 single sticks, one for him, and he was going to give one for his brother. So why did that not connect? Play. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, again, if you guys are in this stream, or if you come from this not from the stream, please feel free to just skip to whatever part you want. Like I said, I'm not going to change anything. I'm not gonna edit. The only thing I do is I create an intro and an outro whenever I start the stream. Wow, I'm bad. I'm so bad at video games. You know what? Just so that you guys don't think I'm the absolute worst, I'm going to change my sensitivity ever so slightly. How do I do that? That should be better. So that I actually hit a few shots, because wow, that was it did hit him. That's why. Just so you guys don't think I'm the worst video game player in the entire world. I mean, maybe you already do, but sometimes I have a little bit of pride, at least when it comes to FPS, because I used to be good at them. Pre-kid, pre-marriage, pre all the things in life that prevent you from playing video games. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I'm not good. That was really laggy. Yeah, I'm bad. I'm just bad. You know what? We're going to the deagle because I can't hit with a sniper. I'm too out of practice, I guess. Deagle, however, maybe we'll make quick work of this. Also, I'm testing way too long. Whoa. Yeah, that's a little better. That always happens. Oh, man. I got shot from both ways. How many? Oh, I did hit that guy. Finally. Jeez Louise. Need to load later. Yeah, it's a Counter-Strike thing where you can cancel animation by swapping to your knife. This guy's gonna shoot me. Oh, it was a bot. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna shoot one more person. Click on one more head, and then we're gonna. Okay. Well, there we go. Well, we got two of them. I'm gonna go to our benchmark here really quick. We're gonna do one more set of RAM, and then I gotta get off. Okay, 178. Dual channels, 16 gig. CS2, 178 and 82.4. 82.4. Okay, cool. So now I will do one more set of RAM for you guys. And then we're gonna get off because I need to get out of here. Is it sacrilegious to benchmark PC games with a controller? No, not at all. A lot of games people only play with controller. My brother is a console player, and he will only play, like, Black Myth Wukong was the game he wanted a PC for. He'll only play that with a controller. Me, I don't care because I've never really used controllers, but no, it's not a problem. You're not, like, making some mistake or some thing that people are going to hate. I need to check my phone real quick, you guys. Okay, so we've done single channel 16, dual channel 16. What would you guys like to see now? We can go dual channel 32, or we can just throw it all in there and do 48 gigs of RAM and see if that actually makes a difference. You guys tell me what you would prefer. If we're going to do 48 gigs, I would probably prefer to put these in 2 and 4 because I don't know if there's a difference in 1 and 3. I can't remember if they run slower or not. There's some really good PC players that play on controller. Yeah. Throw the kitchen sink at it. All right, let's do it. Throw the kitchen sink at it. Yeah, I'm going to take these 2 sticks out of 2 and 4, put them in 1 and 3. So, give me just a second here, and you guys will be able to see. I'll bring it down a little so you can look at that a little. All right, there we go. Dude, this RAM, I'm so scared of breaking it. I'm so scared of snapping it. So scared of snapping it. All in 2 and 4, 2 and 4. There you go. So this will be 48 gigs of RAM. I don't know if I've ever done a configuration with 48 gigs. I think I've only done 8, 16, 32, and 64. All right, this is gonna look funky. Also, if you guys didn't know, I didn't know this until I researched it whenever I was like getting into PC building. DDR4 is DDR4. So like if you have DDR4, you probably can just pair all of it together. So break it, LOL, I'll ask our IT guy for more. You know what, you should do that. You should see if you could just hook me up with some RAM anyway, because you know I'm going to put it in PCs that I give away. So it'd be nice to have some extra RAM on hand. You know what? You know what, Brian? Will you see if your IT guy has any storage available, like SSDs or NVMe's? That'd be awesome. That's the stuff that's expensive that like it literally doesn't benefit me in any way to purchase it outside of like giving it away, because I can't do tests on it. I can't make videos on it. There's no content that's interesting behind it, unless you want to see like a Gen 3 versus a Gen 4 versus a Gen 5 NVMe, which like I could make a video once of, but after that, like, unless you're really in the weeds and you're an extreme PC enthusiast, you don't care about the speeds, you don't care, like, anyway. You've been asking for SSD, but he gave me a 4 terabyte hard drive. Oh my gosh. He knew. He probably pocketed all the SSDs himself. How many sticks I need? All of them? all of them? Yeah, all of them. If I don't use it, Buddy will take it. It's ugly green RAM, but it's ugly green RAM that works. So I cannot complain in any way whatsoever. You don't need the hard drive, dude. I have tried. I don't even know if I still have it or if I threw it away. I have tried one hard drive. I don't know where it is. I made a trade with a guy that, oh wait, I think I gave it to you, buddy. Did you ever get that hard drive to work? I made a trade with a guy. This is whenever I traded for I traded my 5070 for a 2080 Ti, a 9070 XT, a 5600X, an AM4 motherboard, and a case. I traded a 5070 and 450 in cash for all that. Nobody obeys the speed limit in Tulsa. I don't know about that. Tulsa's got some bad drivers, but I don't think it's that bad compared to other places. I think I've heard a lot worse of other places. Like if you go to Dallas or places like that. Pretty RAM gives no FPS boost. That's 100% correct. It does not make any difference whatsoever. What was I saying there? I forgot. Oh yeah. Yeah, so the guy gave me this case. It was actually this case right here. So $450 for all of that plus a 5070. And it was this case right here. It's some Corsair. I don't know what it actually is called, or, but it's a nice case. I like it. It's I guess you guys might not be able to see it super well. There's the emblem. It's a cool looking case. But I started building in it, and then there was like a hard drive in one of the bays. And I was like, hey, dude, do you need this? He's like, nah, I think it's corrupted. And I tried to put my 4590, which is an Intel 4th gen CPU with it. And like, I think it took like 3 hours just to upload. Not to upload, but just to turn the PC on. It was so slow. And I think I gave it to Buddy or something in there in the chat. And I don't know if he's using it or if it works now, but it was a bad experience. Yes, Dallas is way worse. Dallas is terrible. Okay, let's try this again. Now we are on 48 gigs of RAM. And you would think it does make a difference. We're going to find out and verify yes or no. I have a sneaky suspicion that it won't really matter. You followed it in the round black floor cap. There you go. You tried to load 2 in the hard drive and it took forever? Yeah, it does not work. It can work, but I don't like them. Okay, let me change the name on this really quickly. Also here, buddy, I'll show you this really quickly. So like when you go to do things on here, you can enable what you want to be checked. And if there's a check mark next to it, this black check mark, and then you have also in OSD, it will turn on when you run the benchmark. And down here on this part, you can actually change like the actual name of it. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do with the RAM really fast. We're gonna change it to 48 gigs. Make sure you guys are in the scene or full picture here. There we go. So I'm gonna change the RAM really quick to 48 quad channel. Okay. So make sure we're on medium, verify that really quick. Medium, all of this stuff should be off. It is, cool. All right. Test has begun. I really don't know. Wait, it is? How'd you see that? Let's cancel this test. Where'd you see it's dual channel? Do I have to change that? I guess I could look here. Where are you seeing that it's dual channel? No, it's not. It's quad. Look. 404. It says 48 gigs. Am I confused? Is quad channel a different thing? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then you're right. I need to fix that then. So I will just put 48 gigs. 48 gigabytes. 4 sticks. There we go, 4 sticks. Now that will be clear. That's good. All right, let's restart a test here. Okay. I didn't know. Oh, channel A, channel B, that's how it works. Okay, I see. So there aren't ever quad channels, are there? It'd have to be like each set is, or each slot is a different channel, which wouldn't make sense. No, AM4 can run on 4. It's DDR. It's AM5 that can't run on it. Where am I going? All right, I'm gonna remember this time. Usually high end. That's what I was thinking. It was just probably gonna be server based. Can I aim at this thing? Wow, I'm really bad at video games. Yeah. Really, those Xeon builds can be quad channel? But those aren't those server grade? That's why you like those so much. They were server based before. Wow. Pay no attention to the bad aim here. Oh, you know, whoa, wait, hold on. Oh, okay, there it was. Every time we've gone around this corner and the other two, we had a hard stutter. We had a stutter there, but it didn't drop nearly as bad. So what I'm thinking is we probably are going to get around the same average FPS, but we're going to get a higher 1% low, which I think is the case because I think we were down to like 42. Oh, can you shoot from up there? Can you do that? No way, can I do that? You can, that's really cool. Wait, why are you not dead? The old service chip's still absolutely viable for gaming. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I was talking about earlier, is like if you have a kid and their game or their PC runs Fortnite or it runs Minecraft or it runs whatever they want to play, they're not going to know if it's a mid. Notice the fingers here, mid-tier GPU or a low-end GPU or whatever, like whatever we're calling something like that at this point. They're not going to know that. They just know that their computer plays their game or that their computer looks cool. Like that's probably a bigger factor, is does their computer look cool? If their computer looks cool, then they're good. Okay, that was enough. So benchmark, view, 68.8. Pragmata, 48 gigs, 68.8, and 59.9 low. Wow, that's not a very low at all. All right, next, what did we have next? Cyberpunk. So we're gonna do Cyberpunk, Counter-Strike 2, and then we'll call it a day. Because I gotta get some work done. And my wife also started a new job today. So she probably wants to tell me about that and talk about how it went. So it's been a fun stream though, you guys. It's been a smaller stream, but very interactive, and I like that. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. If I didn't mention it before, you guys can join the membership. You don't have to. I know that like the newsletter, people have a hard time clicking on like external sources. So I've just decided like that will be where I update content. If people like want to donate, they can through that. I just don't expect people to like subscribe to it very much anymore. So like I'm going to transition probably to like, if people want to do like a paid version of like a membership, just have them do YouTube, even though YouTube takes way more money and it charges more. So like the membership is $4.99. If you do it through like Apple iOS or Android or any kind of mobile device, it charges an extra $2. So it's $7.99 instead. It's crazy. They only need RGB's Aura. Yep, that's pretty much it. The one your son and I just built is a Xeon 6-core, 12-thread, 4 gigahertz. Compared to the old 1080 Ti. Dude, 1080 Ti is still a qualified card too. I had one of those for a while. I can't remember if I ended up, did I sell it to you? No, I didn't sell it to you. I sold it to another kid that was trying to get into PC building. 1080 Ti is still a great card. It's the same thing as like a 2080 Ti. They just run really hot. So if you can't like repaste it, it does end up running into problems. But it's like, it's not so bad that you can't play it. It's just like, it's gonna be at 80 degrees when you game on it. There's not really a way around it, and it's not like it's not a bad thing, but it could be over time. AM4 can run 4.6 billion runs in dual channel or single channel server hardware. Yes, I am learning that right now. Yaptitude, what's going on? Appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. So I was talking to you guys about like the membership. I do need help with like figuring out what emojis and what badges. So like when you sign up, it basically like Twitch. If you've ever been on Twitch, like when you're subscribed for a month, you get these things. When you're subscribed for a year, you get a certain badge. Like I wanted to figure out what you guys thought would be interesting, like to put in those. So help me out if you've got ideas. Even if you don't want to subscribe, if you've just been in the channel for a while. And part of the reason I wanted to start doing that was because like being in a live stream is a little bit of a different like culture than just putting out a YouTube video. You guys get a lot more interaction. So I figured that would be like nice if you're in here all the time and chatting, like Brian, Buddy, Dio comes in all the time. You know, we get a couple other people that I can't think of their names, but like we get some pretty consistent. So we're still on Medium. Let's go ahead and test this. I think we're already getting higher FPS. I might be wrong. Also, for any of you guys out there that go, you need the best CPU, GPU combo in the world, you need the most RAM, you need all that. Before I drive any further on this, that's a Ryzen 5 3600. I don't remember when that came out, but it came out a while ago. And that's a 3060 Ti. And this is a 1440p monitor. So you don't need to hear all that nonsense about like if you don't have a 5070, you can't play 1440p, or this has been 1440p and you're watching. All of it's been fine. There's been like 1 or 2 stutters in one of the games. So very, very, very quality. And that could even just be because we're on a stock cooler, and the stock cooler is not great. Crazy for that setup. Yeah, in 1440p, it's not bad. If I were to go lower on the graphics, if I were to put frame gen on, if I were to do like anything, if I were to drop the 1080, like 1080p, we would be getting way more than this. Cyberpunk is also kind of an unfair game in my opinion, because like it runs really. This is a really well optimized game. Okay, that should be enough. All right, let's go make sure that we got that. Benchmark view. We did. Here, let me bring you guys in a little bit. 121.5. I think we beat it. I think I'm getting like 160 to 180 on the 2080. What are the settings you're on? 1440p. That sounds about right. The 2080 Ti is probably about as strong or stronger than the 3060 Ti. 48 gigabytes. Cyberpunk. 121.5 and 87.4. Yeah, you hear the little one. 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Yeah, that's my 3-month-old, friends. That is what I get to hear at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, whatever time, several times a night. Oh, he's not happy. My wife is probably working on getting him something to drink right now, some milk. We're going to do Counter-Strike, and then we'll call it a day. You're at medium settings. Dude, the 2080 Ti is such a good card. So the reason I ended up, you'll be there soon. The reason I ended up like not wanting the 2080 Ti, because I would have sold it or kept it. It's a good card. Was like that was the card that came with the scam computer. Or no, it was the 2080, wasn't it? It wasn't a 2080 Ti. You're right, Brian. I'm sorry. It was a 2080. Like the 2080 was still nice. It was a ROG Strix 2080, but like that was a computer I got scammed with, and it just brought back bad memories. So I guess you have it now, and you don't really have to like think about that, except for maybe I just told you. But yeah, hopefully I didn't just ruin that experience for you. All right, let's go ahead and go. Well, actually, I'll wait till we get into a match, and then I'll put you guys over there. You'll be there soon? Yeah, it's the way of life. It's just the way of life. Yeah, we're going to play this and then call it a day because, like I said, I'm sure my wife wants to chat about how work went, the kids did, all that kind of stuff. And I do need to send some work emails and things. You have to burn it now. Just kidding. Scam computer still gets me heated. Yeah, it's one of those things where you live and you learn. I mean, what can you do about it, you know? Like, I had an opportunity to at least share the story, help people understand like what they could be running into. And that's the best that I can do. Like at the time in life, I didn't need money. We were doing okay. So it's not that big of a deal. Also, we're on medium. So we're gonna test this. Whoa, we weren't getting 200 FPS before, were we? No, we weren't getting 200 FPS. I'm just gonna rock with whatever gun it gives me. Ooh, I like the FAMAS. Not in this game, but... Or this is the AUG, not the FAMAS. I'm dumb. Ow. Wait, what do I have? Oh, I have the SSG. Ow, good shot. Oh, the Nova. I guess we'll go this way. Somehow you always get shot in the back in this game. Regardless of what you're doing or where you're going, you always get shot in the back. See, I was about to shoot that guy in the back, and I got shot in the back. The MP9. I don't even know if I've ever used this gun in this game. Well, that's why I haven't used it. That was a lot. Ow. Got that guy. Oh, okay. All right, we're going to get one more. Oh, we have the M4. Sweet, an actual gun. An actual weapon here. Nope, that doesn't count. We can't end on that. Give me the shotgun. No. You guys don't even know, like, whenever I actually do, like, edited videos, I will go through and spend so much time and waste so much time, like, trying to get, like, okay clips just so that, like, it's more entertaining, and it drives me nuts. Like, I will spend 30 minutes when I should have been done with one clip, like, 15 minutes ago. Even 20 minutes at some points. Like, I did not get that guy. Okay, good for me. Benchmark. View. 166.8 and 83.1. CS2. Sorry if you guys can hear him. I don't know if he's still really loud. 48 gigabyte, 166.8, and 83.1 low. Okay. We're going to go ahead and chat just a little bit longer, record the exit, outro thing, and then we're going to get out of here because, like I said, I'm sure my wife wants me to go talk to her. I need to close up some work stuff. And also, I'm just out of energy. So there's that. What do we have here? You can barely hear him? Oh, that's good. In June, I moved my rig from storage, but my 4070 Ti Super was left behind as I pulled it and packed it into its box. But my 20 Ti made it back in my PC. Set a better fan curve for it. You do. The 2080 Ti, yeah, you have to set a pretty good fan curve for it. You can barely hear him. That's good. Okay. You guys, I'm going to go ahead and, actually, you know what? I need to verify these numbers really quickly. So if you guys want to go through with me in chat. So let's just start out with Pragmata. If I could copy and paste all these. Hold on, I want to try and copy and paste this really quick. So control. Wait, did that force it there? No, I was going to try and put them all in a row. Here, I'll bring you guys over here so you can see me a little better. Cyberpunk. Where's the next one? CS2. All right. Dual channel. Cyberpunk. Someone's probably already doing this and you beat me to it, and now I just spent all this time when you've already done it. But I won't be able to see that because I can't see the chat. Let's see here. Oh, he is mad. What is going on? Okay, let's take a look at this. So, start with Pragmata. Single gig, 16 single, we got 65. On the dual channel, 83. Wow. Whoa. That was a massive jump. 18. And then we went to the 48 and we went down. a lot. We almost lost out to the, that's crazy. We almost lost to the single channel. So there seemed like the sweet spot was the dual channel there. Interesting. Cyberpunk, much higher from the single 16 to the dual, and then slightly higher on the 48. Counter-Strike 2, significantly higher on the dual channel than the single channel, and then 42 was even higher. So this is not the most definitive setting or testing out there, but cool. I'm gonna go ahead and create an outro for this really quickly, and then I'll chat with anybody that's left in here for a minute or two, and then I'm gonna get out of here. So let's make sure I'm in this. So what are we saying here? If anyone agrees with me, you guys might not be in here still. Single channel to dual channel, it seemed like dual channel was a little bit stronger, but when we went to 48, perhaps there was overspill or something that like seemed like we weren't getting utilization out of everything, or it was trying to do too many things at once. One of you guys can probably scientifically explain that a little better than I can, but it seemed like we lost. Thank you, Brian. Hope you have a good day too, man. It seemed like we lost some performance going to 48. So I think that's probably what we'll go with the consensus with kind of recording the outro here. So I'm gonna do that really quickly. All right, so I think what we've seen here is that going from the single channel 16 gigabyte to the dual channel of an 8 and an 8 combined to make 16 gigs, we did see an improvement there, but only, I think it was in Counter-Strike 2, did we see an improvement going from 16 gigabytes to 48 in general, and that I don't have a scientific reason and I can't explain it very well, but I'm wondering if perhaps that it was just too much for it to try and utilize. Someone out there is probably smarter than I am and can explain that, but that's where we ended up with on the video of kind of going through the RAM. So again, at the end here we had, 16 here, 16 there, and then you can't really see it, but there's a stick there and a stick there. So 48 total is what we ended up using at the very end. So we did single 16, dual 16, and then 48. If you guys have enjoyed this content, I hope that you consider checking out some of the other stuff, maybe possibly joining a membership. I'll have that linked in the description. But hope to catch you in the next video. In the next video also, I think we're going to be building a Ryzen 5 9600X. I haven't figured out if we're going to do it with a 1660 Super, 2060, RX 580. Maybe we'll do the 9070 XT if that's what you guys want, but we're just going to do a build stream on the next one. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Also, it seems like chat is